Beaumont traffic, Skyhawk 54165, 2.5 to the northwest. We'll cross midfield for 17 or 18 Beaumont. So we're coming up on Beaumont here, coming from El Dorado, so we're coming in from the northwest. A few things about Beaumont. It's grass, 1617 is the elevation. It lists 2400 is the length of the runway on the sectional here. There's obviously Highway 400 right here, which is pretty close to the approach-in when you're approaching from the south. It's a little bit downhill when you're landing on 18 here, and it's especially downhill the last, quarter of it, almost to the point where that's kind of an unusable space. I would not plan on using that portion, just because it's got enough of a slope. But so with that road, we have a slight obstacle. So you want to make sure you're not dragging it in real low. And then this will be a true soft field technique, meaning we're going to come in with full flaps. We're going to try to land as soft as possible. Should have plenty of room for the landing. And then as we touch down as soft as we can, we're going to keep the nose wheel off the ground as long as possible by holding the elevator all the way back. Neat little place you can taxi down the road, which is, I don't know if that happens anywhere else. It probably does somewhere in the U.S., but the only one around here I know of. Alright, crossing midfield, we'll start our gump check. Gas is on both. Undercarriage down, mixture rich. Propeller, we've got a fixed propeller and it is spinning. Seatbelts are on. And gump C is the carburetor heat, so I'm going to apply carburetor heat. And enter the downwind. Beaumont Skyhawk 54165, entering left downwind, 18 Beaumont. We're already being our landing spot, and it's a breezy day. So breezy and gusty. So back to 1700, 10 degrees of flaps, and I'll probably turn a little bit early based on the wind, so I don't have to fight it so much on final. There's a nice little country dirt road here. That's a pretty good marker for base. Put in 20 degrees of flaps. Getting shoved a little bit, crabbing into it. And we're about to turn final. Final looks clear. Full flaps. Beaumont Skyhawk 54165, final 18 Beaumont. So you can see the road, and it's a decently busy highway, so you don't want to bring it in too low. It's also not real long, so you don't want to be too high either. So you want to be those slow air speeds. Of course, I got a good gust. El Dorado, I think it was gusting. 20s gusting like 28. That's plenty wide. Yeah, it felt just like I was sinking a little bit, so I'm adding some power. Well above my road, so a semi not far from the same path, so. Getting down low. Dealing with the gust. Power's back. Maybe that nose. Hasn't touched down yet. There's a touchdown. Sorry, I'm sure that's shaking the camera. There's definitely some bumps at a grass strip like this. Why we really baby the nose. Carb heat's off. I'm putting the flaps to 10 degrees. And so on a grass field, you don't want to stop moving, especially, not that you want to come in here if it was wet, but if you had a grass strip that was a little soggy, which this is not, you definitely wouldn't want to stop because the friction that you'd have would be tough to overcome, so you want to keep it on moving. I got the elevator pulled all the way back. Keep the weight off the nose. And if you were going to feet here, you just keep taxiing down to the end, and then you would take a ride at the road, taxi on up. I'll go ahead and back taxi here. Then you saw the windsock as we just turned around. Pretty much, a little bit south of the windsock there. I don't really try to use that portion of the runway if possible, just because it's quite a bit downhill. There's also kind of an obstacle at the other end, so we will do a stop field takeoff because of the wind. Should have no problem with me in terms of short field, but at the same time, it's not a real long strip, so we are going to go all the way to the end, kind of like a short field technique. We're going to go all the way back, and as we're turning, we're going to go ahead and give it all the power. And once again, I have 10 degrees of flaps in for soft field and for short field. It's the same thing, but we're mainly doing soft field technique. And I have the controls all the way back this whole taxi. Then once I turn around and give it the power, I'll keep the controls back. The nose wheel will start flying pretty quick. Then I just kind of relax those elevator controls, just let it just stay just above the ground. And then the mains will come off. Then you want to stay in ground effect, so you'll flatten out, fly level, so you can accelerate to a climb out speed. Which obstacle clearance is 56, so I'll probably do that here. Beaumont, Skyhawk 54165, departing 18 Beaumont. So as I'm turning here, giving it all the gas as we go. We're green, airspeed's alive, nose wheel is flying already. Working my rudder, and I'm all in the air now. Flattening out to get into ground effect, and I'm already at climb out speed, so we are climbing. If I need to clear an obstacle, I'd be climbing out at 56. I'm well above my obstacle now, so at safe altitude, bring up my flaps. And it is choppy out today, so you see the wind farm going to town out there. I'm not sure if the camera will pick that up, but everybody's spinning today. So that is Beaumont.